Hey guys, it's Lindsay Russell, Diamond Ambassador. I'm making sure it's recording. Y'all, I just did this whole call and it did not record. So I hope this one is good. I hope this one's better. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about customer care. So, really, we get paid to have a relationship business that happens to have amazing products that work. So, I want you to remember that relationships and leading with empathy and things like that are really the key. And it just goes hand in hand with these amazing products. So, remember, this is a relationship business. Okay. So, before we're talking about customer care, but before you even get your first customer, or for even many of you that already have one, I want you to remember this part. I got a couple of things before I get to the meat of the meeting. You've got to know, and believe that these products will and do work. Okay. For those of you that are brand new that may not have any customers yet, and you may just be love the products for yourself, y'all have got to build your belief, because there's so many different things that these products can help with, and it is so fun and rewarding to see all the different ways that it can help people. But every now and then you might have someone that doesn't work right away, and one no or one negative thing can feel like 1,000, and so you have to have your belief built up ahead of time so you're ready to combat that, right? Okay, and some ways that you can get some belief in these products is read testimonies. So I love to read and share testimonies. There's dozens and dozens and dozens on lots of different little things. There's just hundreds. I don't know why I said dozens, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But like, of all these different issues, you can find multiple ones on specific issues, y'all. Any issue that you have or your customer has, you can use that keyword and find a testimony, or find someone that can find you one, right? Utilize your upline. But there's tons out there that'll build your belief that these products really have worked for this situation, okay? Listen to videos, listen to Diamond documentaries full of testimonies about how these products have helped change so many people's lives, right? Familiarize yourself with basic product information. You do not have to be a product guru to go all the way to the top with this business, but just knowing a little bit about each product and about what it does, and about basic blood sugar and inflammation and gut health. Think about big things, BIG, and that'll help you go a long way. So build your belief by testimonies, videos, learn a little bit about basic product information, okay? Second thing is, once you're talking with someone and they're a potential customer, potential ambassador, ask as many questions as you can. Find out what their specific goals and issues are, so that later on, once you do have them on board, you're maybe troubleshooting, or maybe getting them on a good regimen or things like that, you have a lot of information to pull from. So ask as many questions as you can. And I even tell my people, I'm like, I'm sorry if it sounds like really intrusive or nosy. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can ahead of time. So my people kind of know, like, hey, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and you can be totally honest with me, and I've heard it all. So I'm giving them that comfortable space to kind of tell you stuff. For example, like, if you know ahead of time that Miss Ann has a thyroid problem, then you're going to know later on you might want to switch some things up. You're going to have this knowledge base ahead of time, right, that you can pull from. Okay, so the next thing was set positive expectations. Okay, go ahead and start breathing life and confidence and excitement into them, knowing, oh my goodness, when you get these products in the mail, I'm so excited, because you're going to know you're going to start experiencing X, Y, Z, and start breathing those positive expectations into them. Okay. When you have that belief built that we just talked about, you're going to be confident, you're going to be knowledgeable, you're going to have things to pull from, you're going to be resourceful, and you're going to be excited. And that is contagious. So have those positive expectations and set those for them, because you know that these products can work. And when they're going to be so excited when they do get them their products, and they're probably going to send you a picture and say, hey, they're here, what I do. And so anyway, go ahead and have that positive energy and those positive expectations sent to them. Okay. I'm going to go through a list I kind of have pulled on my phone. And if you guys want this written out, I know I love just having things like this handy, or it might be a great post for later on for your team page or something like that. Let me know and I can shoot this to you. But it's just some quick things once you do have your customer. Okay. Those 1, 2, 3 things are before, kind of preparing when you do get one, but this is once you get one. Okay. So number 1, say thank you. this is so simple, but it goes such a long way. Whether you are want to make a fun little graphic to send to them, or a happy little voice message, or a handwritten thank you note, or an email, have something like that that you can show appreciation and send them a thank you when you go ahead and get their order in. I just think that goes such a long way. The second thing is have directions. So your upline or the team pages are probably full of the little product graphics that have the directions on how to take certain combos or individual products or whatever. Have those handy. Go ahead and make a photo album on your phone. I actually use the app called Beautiful, and I love it. It organizes all my, I can organize it really simple, and I can like send it straight from there to my messenger or to text or to email, whatever, and I don't have to like save the photo and send it again. It's just awesome. But any kind of photo album that works for you, that's handy. I just like things that save time and I don't have to like dig through pictures to look for things. So have a bunch of those graphics already saved and ready to send, so that when you do when they put their order and they get the products in, you go ahead and send them that graphic with a little type of directions. Maybe keep it handy on your note section of your phone, something that's just super easy for you, and that's super repetitive, and that you can grab easy and they can have it, and it's simple to read and simple to understand. We want to make it as easy for them as possible, okay? The next thing is mark them on your calendar. If you don't like paper and pen, you want to do electronic, that's totally fine. If you just want to utilize your back office and you know that you're going to log into that really, really, really often, whatever system works for you, it doesn't matter as long as you have a system in place, okay? So I love paper and pen. I do. But I know, like, I have a friend that loves, like, she puts it in her Outlook on her phone, and I send her a message. Like, that's cool too. There's lots of different apps out there that can do that for you. But whatever works for you, just have something in place so that you are consistently touching base with them. Especially in those first, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, but especially the first month for sure, you want to touch base like within every week, every 10 days, to make sure they're taking their things consistently, make sure that you found the right regimen that works for them. But I feel like that sweet spot is when they've ordered, when you've talked to them for like consistently every single week, every single month for the first 3 to 4 months. I feel like that 4th consecutive order is a sweet golden spot, because I feel like percentage wise, they're just going to be a loyal customer from then on, because you've really gotten them in the groove with that. Okay. So, have something on your calendar. Again, whatever system works for you, have a system. I wrote something down here. Like, some people like to do like a little like congratulations, like if you do like every 14 days or every 30 day, like little congratulations graphic or mark, or if you do like for every 30 days you're consistent, you do a $5 coupon. I don't know, whatever's fun for you and whatever excites them and whatever's good for you to keep up with. The next thing is touch base once they've received their products and offer a walkthrough if needed. Sometimes this 5-minute conversation, y'all, can be so helpful. So it might be voice message, it might be something that you record like a video and you send it to them, it might be Marco Polo, it may be a phone call, whatever works for you. Have some kind of thing where you're reiterating kind of those directions that you've already sent, because a lot of times they have questions but they just don't know the questions they have, The next thing is just good follow-up. A good rule of thumb is follow up a few times a month those first several months, okay? Helping them get started on their right regimen. And again, going back to your calendar, your system, if you have them written out, it'll be easy for you to pull from and go to. But helping them get started on that right regimen and being consistent from the beginning is huge, 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 okay? And making it as simple for them as possible. But getting them to stick with that for that 90 to even that 120 days, wow, like you really will have some super, super loyal customers when you can get them in that good sweet spot. Okay. The next thing is encourage and troubleshoot and send information. If you're staying in contact with them weekly over the first, few months, you may or may not need to do a little bit of troubleshooting, making sure you get the right regimen for them, just how they need it. It's not, what I love about this is it's not cookie cutter. Like, you can ask 10 people how they take their triplex, and maybe 2 or 3 will be the exact same, but it's also simple. It's what makes it for your body, whatever works for your body. But just, you need to, you may have to troubleshoot. You may have to talk to your upline and get some advice from them and, tweak some things. And there's a good troubleshooting graphic that you can use. There's some great troubleshooting posts and videos that you can pull from to get ideas, but definitely utilize your upline, y'all. You utilize those team pages and find those things out. It's not, you'll find that it's a lot of times it's the same type of thing. So the first few that you have to troubleshoot, you may feel like, oh, what do I do? I remember the first person I really had to troubleshoot with, I was not even on Accelerator because I was nursing. And so I was like, I don't even know what to do. So I just kind of looked up and I was like, oh, maybe you should take this then. You should take this with food. And I talked to my upline and we figured it out. So, but now I'm like, oh, now I don't have to think twice. Like I know what to suggest, things like that. So don't worry if you have to do a little bit of that in the front. It's always, it's worth it. If you do a little bit of extra work in the front end, it'll pay off in the long run. I encourage to, we'll talk about this in a little bit. Something I thought about that you may want to do with your upline or with your sidelines, or if you get some team that's doing this with you, think of a list of like a lot of non-scale victories, and maybe make a graphic that you can have on hand and pull from when you are troubleshooting, when you're talking to your customers. So like if they're not maybe noticing something in the first week or two, you can ask certain questions and think, oh man, I actually am noticing that. Okay. And you can start, again, those positive expectations, you can start putting those things in your mind like, oh, wow, this really is working. Okay. So that's just a fun thing that maybe y'all can work together. I don't have one of those yet. I need to work on one. And just staying connected with them personally, y'all, is so big. Remember what I said in the beginning, this is a relationship business. So one of those follow-ups, you might want to say, something about relationships, but you also really want to continue that relationship. Check on their Facebook page and see what's going on that day. Have their kids is their kid like a pitcher in the baseball game and he did really good and they posted a story about it or something. Like stay personally connected with them. It goes a long way. Okay, so I gave you some things to do before you have your customer. Build your belief. Find out as much information as you can, know their goals, set some positive expectations to get excited. And then I gave you that list of what to do once you have them. So I really just want to kind of, I think like better like this when I have something to remember. So like I had to do like acronyms and those really silly things that you used to do in like high school science class to help you remember for your biology class. But anyway, I thought of one that maybe it'll help you. It helps me. It's just an acronym for CARE. Okay. So CARE, C, calendar or check-in. Have some kind of system in place so that if you're sitting in carpool and you need to check on your calendar, check on your customers, you need to check on, you've got 10 extra minutes, you can pull something and oh goodness, I need to check on Susie today and I'm supposed to check on Tara tomorrow. I can go ahead and do that while I have time. So something easy, some kind of system that you can pull from. Okay. So C, calendar, check-in, have a system. A, ask questions. This goes through before you set them up. This is when you're troubleshooting. Ask a ton of questions and ask open-ended questions. Ask like, tell me how you're taking this. Tell me how you're noticing this, or what are you noticing about this? Not just things where they can say, don't say like, are you drinking your water? Yes, no. How much water are you drinking? Open-ended questions where that's actually a conversation, like a back and forth, because you're going to find a lot more things when they start talking. Okay, so that's C, check in A for ask questions, troubleshooting, use your upline. R, resources. So I love to send, when I have a customer, I love to continue that relationship. So before you sign them up, you probably send them like videos and testimonies and articles and all these little third-party tools. Keep that courtship going, like once you get married, you still want to go on a date, right? Well, once you have a customer, you still want to keep them interested and excited. So send them fun testimonials. If you know that they're struggling with PCOS, send them a great testimony about PCOS. If you know that they are dealing with migraines, send them a great article about why blood sugar is connected with migraines and stuff like that. So testimonies, articles, quick product videos, any kind of sales or specials that we're having. I always love to send my customers things like that. So just constantly sprinkling little things like that. Always be on the lookout to sprinkle things about the business too. Maybe a diamond dog, or maybe something that you see in them that you want to, that you think would be great investors still. So that's just resources, send those things. E is my favorite, encourage. We talked about this a little bit, but always be encouraging. Always find, you can go to Pinterest and find all kind of great motivational graphics or fun things like that that you can just send them along the way, like that you're believing in them, you're encouraging them, accountability stuff. Sorry, all this hair is wild. That's getting stuck in my lip gloss. Any kind of appreciation thing, thank you notes, or sweet and encouraging voice messages, or if you're Marco and you're friends with them, things like that. Just being their cheerleader, encouraging them, having that positive attitude, and breathing that belief in them. Especially if you ever see the potential in them working in business, because great customers make fantastic ambassadors. So always start with the end in mind. What if you sign up this customer, but she ends up being your next Joel, So start with the end in mind, and sprinkling those things here and there. Or you can always use them as a referral system. I mean, customers, if they love the products, you could set up your own referral system. If you wanted to, grab some more customers or grab some more ambassadors, that great loyal customers make great referrals. Get them to send you your written testimony and say, hey, do you mind if I post this? You never know. Like, they might, and if you post it and you tag them in it, they might end up accidentally working the business, or you might get a great, another customer, another ambassador from their testimony. So anyway, that is care. Check in, ask questions, resources, encourage. I hope this is helpful. I hope that when you have your customers, it's something simple that you can put in place, and I hope that it's something simple that you can pass down. So y'all have a wonderful day, and we will check in soon. Bye.